You all know the drill by this stage. This video is not made for kids. It's for adults to enjoy as well. Do you hear that, YouTube? But with that said, I wish you all a Merry Christmas, and please enjoy the fucking video. Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Liam Fitzgerald back again. And it's the Christmas season! The countdown to Christmas is now upon us, and I am so excited about it. You all know how much of a Christmas person I am, and just like last year, I'm really looking forward to giving you guys festive content on the channel this month. In fact, I've already decided what I'll be uploading for Christmas Day this year, but I ain't saying a word about it. You guys will just have to wait and see. Now before we start today's review, I want to first apologise for such a long absence. Things have been so busy for me lately that it's very difficult to get any time to yourself. Well, that's the story of my life, folks. Anyway, for today's review, which is of course a Bob the Builder episode, I figured it would be time for a certain orange cement mixer to have another shot in the spotlight. And obviously, I am talking about... Tumblr! Nah, I'm just kidding. It's Dizzy. It's been a whole year since I did a Dizzy episode, but after I announced I would try and give each character a fair chance in the spotlight, I kinda forgot about her. Sorry Dizzy, I think you're amazing. Let's start my first festive review of 2024 by taking a look at the final episode of Season 7, Dizzy the Sheepdog. Let's dive into this. Dizzy the Sheepdog is the 13th and final episode of Season 7. Bob, Wendy and the machines are preparing to build a barn for Farmer Pickle's sheep to prepare them for the newborn lambs. While work is going on, Dizzy tells Muck and Scoop how she wonders if there are any important type of jobs that she could do besides mixing cement. Dizzy and Muck hear Scruffy herding sheep, and Dizzy wonders if she could be a sheepdog like him. But her thoughts are broken when Farmer Pickles notices one of his sheep is missing. Dizzy begs Bob if she can be a sheepdog, but is disliked as he needs her assistance on the barn. After getting fed up with waiting for the cement to dry, Dizzy hurries off to find Scruffy and hoping to be a sheepdog like him. They both find the missing sheep, who has just given birth to a newborn lamb, and Dizzy rushes off to find Farmer Pickles for help. Meanwhile, progress on the barn has stopped due to Dizzy's absence, who arrives in the nick of time to tell Farmer Pickles and Bob the news about the lamb. Despite being scolded for leaving the job, Dizzy is now eager to get to work on the new barn while Farmer Pickles braves the snow to find the lamb. The barn gets completed just in time for the sheep, and the episode comes to a heartwarming conclusion with Dizzy and the lamb having a sweet moment. God, there is too much cuteness in this episode. Dizzy the Sheepdog is such a heartwarming episode. There are so many key moments to take from it. Let's start by discussing the plot. So this episode is one of those stories where a character gets fed up or starstruck by someone doing something amazing and decides they want to try and copy what they do, with occasional unfortunate results. Examples of other shows that have done this type of story include, obviously, Thomas and Friends, which are honestly mediocre, the Fimbles, the Koala Brothers, heck, even Engie Benji had an episode like this. Just like these mentioned shows, this type of plot always ends with the character learning that being themselves is the best way to be. And honestly, while I do like these mentioned examples, This episode approaches this plot in both a tense and heartwarming way. While yes, Dizzy wishes she could be a sheepdog like Scruffy and does try it out, the story shifts into a race against time with Farmer Pickles and Bob rushing to not only finish the barn, but also rescue the sheep and lamb. That's a big thing I love about this episode. It goes from an average episode to a somewhat tense one, which truly makes it more worth watching. But yeah, I love the plot of this episode. Now let's move on to our lead character, which is of course, Dizzy. Words cannot describe how much I loved her portrayal here. She starts as she normally does, you know, being the usual cheeky child with her best buddy Muck. But during the beginning, we see that she's quite a dreamer and loves imagining what else she can do. And while certain ideas are quite silly, at least they're not as forced, unlike a certain era. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Bwaba. After this little moment, Dizzy decides that she wants to be a sheepdog, and while her idea is obviously turned down, she ignores her work and sets out to be like Scruffy. Dang, she's quite stubborn, isn't she? Sounds like someone we know.
Rubbish!
But despite abandoning her job, she's still shown to be a great character when she finds the missing sheep and her lamb. Look how determined she is when she rushes to find Farmer Pickles to tell him the news.
Whoa! I've got to get to Farmer Pickles before it goes dark!
While Bob and Wendy had the right to scold Dizzy for leaving her building duties, she truly had good intentions, as the ending of the episode truly shows.
She thinks I'm a sheepdog! Ruff! Ruff, ruff!
I'm such a sucker for episodes between characters and animals. I really am. This episode is definitely one of Dizzy's best ones for sure. Some minor thoughts I have on this episode are firstly, I love the use of Dizzy and Scruffy's playful friendship is included. Whenever we see these two together, they're always joking with each other. Look at episodes like Farmer Pickles' Pig Pen or Bob and the Big Freeze. It's clear the writers loved including little moments with them both, and I love it. I gotta talk about this scene between Dizzy, Muck and Scoop. It was both imaginative and creative at the same time. I just love how Muck and even Scoop are giving her suggestions for jobs despite being somewhat nonsense.
Oh, you mean like an astronaut?
Oh, wow! I'd love to be an astronaut. I could be a ballerina.
On your wheels, too big.
I would love to see someone create a picture of Dizzy in space. That would be an interesting sight to see, honestly. Though, while he wasn't in this episode, I wonder what role he was doing. Yeah, he probably would be sleeping. And that's all my thoughts on Dizzy the Sheepdog. A creative winter story, Dizzy is shown to be quite the hero, and loads of random moments. One of Dizzy's greatest episodes in the Neil Marcy era. So I'm going to give Dizzy the Sheepdog a 9 out of 10. I'm pretty sure you already knew that based on that video I did last year. But at least you now know why. I thank you all so much for watching my first festive review of this year. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like this video, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to my channel for more great videos to come. What will be my next review of this month? Stay tuned to find out. I'm Neil Fitzgerald, and I'll catch you all again soon.